Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming back. Today, I have an exciting video for you guys, and it's gonna be my makeup basics video. So basically, if you are barely getting into makeup and you are not sure of what products you need, it could get very overwhelming when you go to the drugstore or you go to those big department stores or Sephora and stuff stores like that, and you're like, okay, I'm barely getting into makeup. I don't know what I really need because there's so much. So just to kind of build your first kind of makeup kit and your first kind of basics of what you really need. So this is kind of like eye makeup 101. So yeah, this is mainly just basically for the eyes. I'm gonna do one separate for like face stuff. So this is just basically eyes. So let's just jump in and get started. Obviously, the first thing you're gonna need, and this is in the way that I apply my makeup, I always start with the eyes. Reason being is because whether you're doing a very simple look or a very smoky look, you tend to get fallout. Doesn't matter how good the eyeshadows are. It just sometimes it just happens. You get fallout. So the last thing you want is to have your full face done and then have, shadow or liner or whatever kind of drip in the bottom, and then you have to redo your whole concealer and foundation and all that good stuff. And it's just a hot mess, honestly. It really is. So it's just better to start with your eyes. And the first thing you want to do to your eyes is add a primer. Now, I have two different options of primers. I thought I put them in here. Where'd they go? Oh, sorry. Okay, so I have two different options for primers, and this is what I like to do. So usually I start off with the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. It doesn't really matter what color you do, honestly. I mean, I do right now. I got this one, the NW20, and the reason I got this was on accident. I didn't mean to. I usually do NC20 or NW20. Either one works for me, but this one's 25, so it's one shade darker, but it works just fine because, it has the technology for it not to crease. It makes your eyeshadows really pop and come out true to color, because sometimes when you don't put a base down that is like your skin color, the eyeshadows might not come out true to color. So I use this one for everything. Every time you could use it for concealer, obviously, but I usually use it for my base. And the reason I like this is because, again, it has that technology that is meant for it not to crease, which I love. And then the second, it really evens out your the discoloration or any kind of veins that you might have on your eyelids. It really starts you off with a really smooth and bare canvas, just the perfect canvas for you to start with your shadow application. So I really, really like this one. The other one that I actually do like is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This also works as a base. It's what I have on today, and it works just fine. But if preferably, I like this one because I feel like this one works just a little bit better. Now, on those days where you might not use any eyeshadow, but you still kind of want a primer so your lids don't get oily and just to have something going on in your eyes, I really like the Too Faced Shadow Insurance, and this one is in the champagne. I believe they have a normal one that is just basically their original simple one that has no color, no anything to it, and then they have a gold base one. Well, this one is this champagne one. So I love this one when I want to do kind of like a no makeup look, if there is such a thing. I don't even believe in that, but just when you want to do something really easy and simple. So just kind of put a little bit see how it just catches the light. Sorry for my nails, guys. I have to redo them. It's just so beautiful. It's really pretty, really just shimmery but really light. It's just really easy, simple. It's kind of like a shadow without having to use shadow. It just gives you this most beautiful glow to the eye, mascara, and you're good to go. So these are the two primers that I love to use. This is what I'm usually not gonna do much to my eyes. But if I'm gonna use like tons of shimmer, then I'll wear this one. But usually on a regular basis, I really just like to use the Pro Longwear as concealer. It just, I mean, as primer, it just works really good. Now after that, you need shadows, right? So if you don't know what shadows to get, honestly, the best thing to do is to get natural shadows. I have two palettes. One I made myself. This is my MAC palette, and I have just four simple shadows that you can create a bunch of different kind of neutral looks with this. So I have the champagne beige one, which is this one. This is a very like pink tone champagne kind of color. It's really pretty. I have this as an inner eye highlight. You can use this as a brow highlight. You can use this in the full lid and then use like Swish Chocolate, um or hold on, let me make sure. This is Saddle. So Saddle, you can use that in the crease, and then Swiss Chocolate, you could, which is this one, and you could use that to deepen up the crease, lower lash line. I mean, there's so much you could do it. And then there is this beautiful, let me see if I have a finger left, this beautiful metallic gold color. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, you could just wear this mascara and you're good to go. So a palette, I'm not saying you have to get these exact colors. This color is called Woodwinked, this one right here. So you don't have to get exactly this specific palette, but just something like similar to these, just shadows that you can kind of use them together, use them on their own, and just kind of use a lot of get a lot of use out of them. So something like this would be nice. Another thing that you could use is something like a naked palette. And my favorite one, honestly, is so beat up. I've had this like since they first came out. It's the first naked palette, is the original. Like I said, it's so beat up. I've hit pan and some of them. The reason this palette is just so amazing is because it has a ton of neutrals, but it has some cool toned colors in here as well, which is really nice because you can use a bunch of different looks. You could do a smoky eye, you could do a very simple eye, you could do what I did today, which is kind of like, it's still simple but with a little bit of color in it. And I used Toasted on the lid, and then I did Hustle in the crease and in the lower lash line. That was it. That's all I have on my eyes, mascara, and that is it. So you can create tons of different looks. It has some matte neutrals, which are perfect to go in the crease. To do any of that. So it's really great palette to have. So something like this would be really good, where you have a combination of neutral colors but also a little bit of smoky and some cool tones. So this is something that would be perfect, or you can make basically your own, which is what I've made. This is my most used, most loved palette that I use, and this is like my everyday palette. But again, any of these two would work. Now, as far as brushes, honestly, to me, you only really need three main brushes, okay? So you need a big fluffy brush, and this is by Sona Kashuk, and this is in the number 109. It's just a big fluffy brush. I love this for blending. It goes in the crease really well. It's just an amazing blending brush. It's really affordable. I believe it's like $5.99, $6.99 at Target. So it's super affordable. You don't have to spend a ton of money on brushes because there are really good brushes at the drugstore. So this is my favorite. I like this even more than my MAC 209. I even like this more just because it's a little bit fluffier, and my 209 is kind of old, so I do need to get a new one, but this one works just as good, if not even better, and I love this one. Another brush that you need is a flat shader brush, and the reason you need one of these is to kind of pack on the color on the lid. You can even use this as a highlight to put it on your brow bone. You could put this in your inner corner, and then I love this one because it's a double-sided one, and this one has a pencil one, which is perfect because you can use this like obviously inside the bottom of your lash line, or if you really want to get close and do kind of like a dark shadow, and then just kind of smear it on the top lash line. I mean, it's just something that it really comes in handy. In these three brushes, you can pretty much come up with any color. This one is by the crown, I believe these are crown brushes. Yeah, crown brushes. And in this one is the number C476, a crease and shadow. So again, you can use this obviously for the shadow. You could use this for the crease if you kind of want to do like a cut crease. That's something. So these three brushes to me are essential. They're really great. This one is also the affordable one, so you could get really good brushes that are really affordable. The next thing that you need to have is obviously a mascara. My favorite, well, let's do eyeliner first. My favorite liner at the moment that I'm just like obsessed with is by the brand Lollipops, and this is the pencil in 701 Goodbye Moon. It's just basically a black kohl pencil. It's very well loved, very well used. It's just, you need a good black kohl pencil. I mean, that's just a given. You know, it's just, you need this in your life. This one specifically, I really like because it really, really, really stays in your eyes. It doesn't fade. It doesn't just kind of smear off or anything like that. It's really, really good. I don't know exactly where you can find this. I actually got this in my glossy box, but I'll try to find it for you guys and I'll try to link it below. But I absolutely love, love, love this pencil. It's just amazing. It's one of the mechanicals ones, so it goes up, so it's just really nice. You don't have to sharpen because I hate having to sharpen my pencils, but this one is just amazing. You can use it in your waterline. You can use it to tightline. And that's it. Like, there's so many simple looks that you could do with all this makeup that you don't need to have piles and piles of makeup. You could just have these little essential products and still have like a beautiful makeup. So definitely a black liner. Of course, if you want to get fancy and get into all kinds of beautiful color liners, that's always fun, but we're talking about basics and you need a black liner. Now, the next thing you need obviously is mascara. I have a couple that I really, really like. They're off in the drugstore. I don't see why I should spend $30, $40 for a mascara when they last such a short time, and there's great ones in the drugstore. So I definitely love the Voluminous Butterfly Intensa. This one just came out not too long ago. I get mine in the blackest black. I love the brush on this, just the formula. It's a really funky kind of brush, but I really like this. It works really good. It really separates my lashes. It lifts them. It gives them volume. It's just a really nice overall mascara. And then I have my new favorite, which is by Maybelline, and this one is the Lash Sensational. Also has a funky kind of brush in it. See how it's kind of curved and swooped? It's really nice. This really makes my lashes really thick, but I do have to use it with Maybelline The Rocket. This is my all-time favorite mascara. The brush is kind of really cool as well. So I kind of pair these two together. I put this one first, this one second, and it just creates nice thick full lashes. So I love these. These are all my favorite. And then the other one that I also like is the Lash Out Butterfly. So it's the first version of the of this one. So first came out this one, and then the Intensa came out. They're technically very, very similar. I seem to like this one a little bit more. Just the formula, I think it's a little bit off. This one's a little bit more thicker than this one. But overall, they're both really good mascara. So once you have mascara, then obviously you need some concealer. And my favorite concealer besides the MAC Pro Longwear, I've been really loving the Kat Von D Lock-It concealer. I mean, it's good. It's a good concealer. It works just fine. It's not, if I had to choose between my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer and my MAC one and this one, I would obviously go with the MAC one. It's my number one. This is my number two, the Radiant Creamy Concealer. I used mine in the color Custard. I love this. This is what I'm wearing today. And then the Kat Von D one, it is good. It's a little on the thicker side. I would say it's much, much better. Opposed to it for it under the eyes, I like it to kind of like use it in different spots. So that's what I like this one for. But if we're talking about under the eyes, the Radiant Creamy Concealer works really good, and so does the MAC Pro Longwear. So yeah. So those were all my basic makeup products that you need. If you are young and barely getting into makeup, or you are about to travel and you're like, what are my basics? What do I really need to take to do any type of look? These are the basics. This is just like makeup 101 of the things that you need. I hope that this was helpful. I hope that you learned something. I hope that you liked this video. And if you want me to do more of these videos, definitely give me a thumbs up or leave it in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to do like a face one or just a different kind of videos like this. So yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say other than thank you so much for watching, guys, and until next time, bye!